kicking game of the halves will be tested today, and the fullbacks, how they're going to take that and catch it in that breadbasket is going to be tested as well.
The Albert Basketball Trophy is on the line for the best provincial side in New Zealand. This is the grand final. On the left, the Akarana Falcons. On the right, it will be Waikato. So let's get down to business in the wet here on a Saturday evening at Mount Smart Stadium with Justin Morgan and Glenn Lama.
The 2017 New Zealand Rugby League Premiership Grand Final here at Mount Smart Stadium. And we are all set for a surprise finalist against the defending champion. Yes, Waikato here in the black and the red up against the defending champions, Akarana. And this really is all set up for an Akarana win, but Waikato are going to have a big say about how this result will play down. Very, very nice there. Great spirit in this Waikato team to get to the grand final against the defending champions. This Akarana team is unchanged from their win against Canterbury Bulls last week. Same starting 13, same interchange, just the one change to Waikato's team. Experienced centre Jordan Tai Rakena comes back in. Fa'a Leilua drops to the interchange.
Go again? Yeah, go again.
Chris McMillan, the referee.
It's pretty... Okay, fellas. Stay behind! Okay, boys, here we go. Righto, mate. Good luck.
The 2017 Grand Final underway here at Mount Smart Stadium. It's going to have the first possession with Waikato. Yes, good evening, everybody. Glenn Lama with you. Justin Morgan alongside me. And Justin, this is going to be a really interesting clash, particularly from Waikato. Can they hold their composure against the big boys in the final?
Good evening, Glenn. Yes, we spoke about last week that they had to win to get into the grand final. They had a fantastic performance to get here. Hopefully they've got enough energy to finish off the job. But Akarana going in obviously as hot favourites. Conditions here a little bit wet and slippery, so I'd imagine the kicking game's going to be pretty important for both teams.
Yes, it's steady drizzle is how you describe it. There's the first set. Waikato pinned inside their own 40. Good kick, though, downfield. And that made up for an indifferent first set. Fantastic kick downfield, and Waikato are buzzing. It's like they've just scored a try.
A lot's been said about Akarana's start to the game so far this season. They most probably haven't put their best foot forward for the first 15-20 minutes, and this is a fundamental error, whether it's nerves, whether it's a little bit of indecision based on the fact that the ground's a little bit slippery. But that's a great start for the Waikato team. They've got a set of 6 here from this scrum, a chance to attack the line and get some early points.
Well, one thing the Waikato team might have in their favour in this game is 9 of the 17 players in this team today played in the promotion relegation match against Wellington 12 months ago. So they've been playing a lot of rugby league together, the bulk and majority of this team, including this man here, Rudolph. He is one of those 9 players backing up. You see Karina, a survivor of the last time that a Waikato team was in the grand final. That was in 2014. Now Tai Ulu got a hat-trick last week against Candies. He has the ball. Karina at dummy half. Here's Rudolph again. Now the hard-working Ratu into the 10. So Akarana, their defence has got to be tight here at the early part of this game. Karina Jolly will end up on the right. Now it's a nicely measured kick coming through from Kingi. And that's great rugby league again from Waikato. One thing as this game will go on is they do the little things so well, Justin.
Yeah, and Kingi, they're using his experience there just to dribble the ball into the in goal. And again, I would imagine wingers and fullbacks tonight, they're going to have their work cut out for them with these slippery conditions. And I think both halfbacks will be looking to roll the ball into the in goal at every opportunity to try and get a second set of 6. Akarana did defend that well there, that first set of 6, but again, Waikato, another great opportunity.
Oh, Kingi, a former New Zealand residence player, one of the more experienced players. You can see very critical to Waikato. And here's another one, Jolly. Not much distance on that line dropout, and Akarana forced to defend again. They haven't had the ball yet, Akarana. This is actually shades of last week when Canterbury, I think, held the ball for like 6 minutes to start that game. Akarana. Here's Rudolph again. On this left edge is Hohaya. Created the first try last week against Counties as that rain really starts to tumble in now. Karina. Here's an opportunity. This is Tairakena. Jordan Tairakena. There's 2 Tairakenas playing in this game. Reihana on the bench is Rudolph. Now coming forward is Huirama. Good defence, though, from Akarana, and they're slowing the ball down effectively here, too. There's the last kick again. It's another excellent kick. Oh, that's hard luck for Waikato. Hard luck, and it'll go back to the 20 for a 7-tackle set.
I think the ball beat everybody there. We saw early in the set there a couple of change of direction plays. Reasonably good kick there, but just a little bit too strong. And you can already see that their tactics on that right-hand side is to roll the ball into the in-goal. I'd like to see them change direction a little bit more. We saw a couple early in the set of 6. Test the footwork of the big man in the middle of the field. Well,
early touch, or the first touch now we've got for Akarana. Zach Tippins there at dummy half, the former New South Wales Cup player. This is Daniels, Taylor Daniels over the halfway line. One of 3 survivors in this Akarana team. Only 3 survivors from last year's grand final winning team. Siaki is another. He's playing at fullback. He played on the wing last year. Now, here's the kick from Tuirai. He's going to hold up in the breeze. Jolly comes forward. Oh, that bounce could be a bit awkward for Waikato, but they've got it. Good chase there from Akarana. Pins Waikato inside their own 10. And away they come again. Good tackling coming in from Akarana. 4 plays in there making that stop.
They've been strong with their defence, Akarana. They've slowed the ruck down really well in these opening 5 minutes of the match, so that'll need to continue. They've got somebody on the ground there, but they're working very hard in defence.
Well, Ruelu Buchanan might have gone high, but the referee, Chris McMillan, has allowed play to continue. That's nicely taken by Polima Siaki, one of a bunch of Glenora players in this team. Of course, they won the Fox Memorial. Ruelu Buchanan is another. He didn't play in the grand final. He was ruled out with concussion, though, on that day. Francis Ledger, he's easy to spot, isn't he? Point Shep Pirates player. Solid season after a few years in Australia as Daniels comes forward again. Good player, this fellow. 23 years of age. Back at the North Coast Tigers. Tippins. Tuirai. Here's Ruelu Buchanan. Just poking a hole wide of the ruck there. This is where Akarana can be very dangerous. Tuirai. Nudges it forward. Jolly! Whoa! Almost a try there for Akarana. It's been ruled a knock-on against Waikato, and it's going to be an Akarana scrum.
Seen a couple of kicks already from Waikato putting the ball on the ground, and Akarana here have taken it upon themselves to do the same. And unfortunate for Jolly there, unable to gather that in without knocking it on. A little bit unfortunate with the bounce that he got. He's a key player for the Waikato team. If he can get into some open spaces or some space tonight, he is a speed machine.
Now, referee Chris McMillan, he got that spot on with that knock-on. Here come Akarana inside the danger zone. Here's Francis Ledger, a bit wide of the ruck. Oh, that player's gone high, but referee McMillan says play can continue. Ledger it was. Siaki. Oh, good tackle coming in from Hohaya there. A terrific tackle from Marcus Hohaya. Tippins. Good quick play. The ball has Daniels taking on that defensive line with the try line not too far away. Tippins again. Kingi to Tuirai. Here's Ruelu Buchanan. But again, good tackling. Hurama that time. Number 13 for Waikato. That's a good job. They're a composed team, and there is a try under the posts for Akarana. And it's the man with the power, Salinga Kapawa, who's gone over. And Akarana opened the scoring. It is 4-0 after 7 minutes.
Coming back to the post, great work there by the big man. A little bit too much space around the middle of the field for the Waikato team, and that's after a back-to-back set of 6. The mistake there from Jolly gave the Akarana side a consecutive set of 6, and the big man's got a try. Great to see the big man scoring tries under the post.
Yes, Salinga Kapawa. From last year's Akarana team. Didn't play in the final, though, Salinga Kapawa. Former Richmond Rovers player, and he's been damaging. Mark Graham. Oh, doesn't he share a name with one of the legends of New Zealand Rugby League? Young fella from the Mount Albert Lions here in Auckland, Mark Graham. Nice and handy. And he just got that over the crossbar. 6-0.
Yeah, great start there. First time they got an opportunity in the attacking zone, Akarana will be able to put some points on the board. And that should settle the nerves a little bit. You know, obviously their first offensive set of 6, they carried the ball over the touchline. But that'll settle the nerves, and they'll be very pleased with scoring first.
Well, yes, that does represent somewhat of a change of play for Akarana, who have been chasing many of the games so far. Falilua Malio from the Tiaratu Roosters here. On the 20. Tippins. And there's a penalty. And it's going to be offside play from Waikato. It's one thing too, Justin. They're going to have to keep their error rate to an absolute minimum to be in the game, to give themselves a chance, Waikato.
Errors and penalties, really important, especially in these conditions. Very hard to, you know, to make a lot of meters with all your sets of 6. You can't give away free possession to the opposition 20-30 meters with a penalty kick for touch. So very important to keep that discipline up tonight.
Falilua Malio. Here is the try scorer, Kapawa. Oh, he's lost the ball. And Waikato have got the ball, but there was knock-ons both way, but Waikato will have a scrum.
Just when we're talking about errors, come up with what you call an unforced error. Is a decent hit here, but at the same time, you'd expect him to hold there. Whether there's a hand in there or not, you'd expect him to hold that one there. And they've given up a great opportunity after a penalty.
Well, I think we just saw reason why Jordan Tai Rakina was back in the team for Waikato, this centre, wearing 4. There's a solid hit on Kapawa. Course of a knock-on there against Akarana, but came off a shin.
Yeah, off the foot for sure.
The referee, Chris McMillan, was right there. This is Thompson, robust player. Had a good game last week against Counties, I thought. Right on the half line here, but you can see that Akarana defence is coming up nicely in line. Graham, Falilua Malio in there as well. On Marin Hadji. Parangi over the halfway line.
Very interesting tonight. Remember when Karina last week went out of that hooking position into the standoff role, their attacking play was much more free-flowing. So it'll be interesting to see when the coach decides to make that change and shuffle around his playmakers.
Yeah, they certainly improved. Now, there's a chase coming through here. Siaki is going to let that one go over the sideline. But yes, you're right. Karina moving out from the hooker position into the standoff position made a huge difference to the fluency of the Waikato attack. There he is, Karina. He actually retired after the 2015 season, but has been lured back out of retirement this year. And boy, has that been a good decision by the Waikato team. Pretty gloomy conditions here for this game. It's not overly cold, it must be said, but rain certainly not easy for both teams. This is Corey Caesar, 24-year-old. Here they come again. There's Cole Waka. Heads up towards the 30, and there's another penalty. Referee Chris Thompson is going to penalise Darren Kingy there for getting off that tackled player quickly enough.
Yeah, just explaining to the players there that he gave them a little bit of leeway on the tackle before, but 2 in a row had to make the decision to give the penalty.
Falilua Malio again. The 8 and the 10. You guys call them the 2017 version of the Hair Bears. They are big players, aren't they? And they like to hit the line strongly. Here they come again through Kingy. This is Daniels. Akarana looking very solid with the ball in hand, aren't they? Tippins. Ledger has the line. That line, defensive line hasn't come up quickly enough. Oh, and Ledger almost makes them pay. He's been held up.
He's had a couple of big runs already. The centre three-quarter. Great defence there to hold him up over the line. Referee was in great position, called it on the spot, and pretty confident it was the right decision.
Zach Tippins at dummy half, all good hands from Kingy. Here they come through Tuirai again. That Glenora halves combination working well together as they've done all year. Fox Memorial champions, of course, this year. Here they come. Kingy, here's the other. Big player, he's on the line there, Ruelu Buchanan. He's got a bit of the ball on the line, and that's the second try for Akarana. 10-0, and this impressive back rower in his first year playing rugby league has got a try in the grand final.
He's been impressive not only this season, but especially tonight. His first couple of carries off the halves have been very, very strong, dropping in underneath. Here's the attempted try that held up just 3 or 4 defenders in there, and here's coming to the try. Great play there from the half, hits the back rower, and he does well in the conditions not to reach out and just land on the line, and a ball on the line is a try. So he's been impressive this season, and he started off this grand final in really good form also.
Yeah, it's his 5th try in the campaign. He got a hat-trick against Counties, and round 2 got one last week against Canterbury as well. And now Mark Graham has another opportunity for another couple. They've changed goal kickers every game, Akarana, until tonight, where Graham backs up from last week. 4 goals from 6 attempts last week for Mark Graham. And it's 2 out of 2 tonight in tricky conditions. Wonderful conversion there from Akarana's Mark Graham, and it's 12-0 after 15 minutes. Wonderful start here for Akarana. They are looking really solid with the ball in hand.
Well, it's been on the back of a couple of penalties. The Waikato team have given away a couple of penalties, haven't made the Akarana team work out of their own end, and they've given them free field position. So they're going to have to really address that if they want to get themselves in the mix in this game.
Tippins. Taylor Daniels has made a good start to this game. Second rower. And the ball was Price. Here's the try scorer, Rielu Buchanan. Made a good start to his rugby league career, isn't he?
He's got good leg drive. I watched him in a couple of other games. He's got that real good body lean and just drives the legs. He's been very impressive in his first season. Big hit there from the Waikato team.
Yes, on Joseph Price, the former Junior Warriors player. Good connection on Price there now. Philip Kingy hoists it high on Aaron Jolly. He has got his headgear tied up tonight, which is interesting. Maybe his strapping broke last week. Didn't affect his play at all, did it? He was fantastic. Tai Elu. There is a penalty for Waikato.
Tackle's already complete. You've had another go. Yeah, but it's gone the other way.
Philip Kingy giving away the penalty there. He's the captain of this team. Last year's captain is on the bench tonight, Marcus Fraser. And Albert Hooker, he'll be brought into the game at some stage, no question about it. Very experienced player. Kingy having a wonderful season, leading Glenora to the Fox Memorial title, now captaining the Akarana team. Price makes that tackle. Away they come, cut in. A nice little body shift there. Just gave himself half a yard to create something on the left flank or left side of the ruck. Now Ratu. It's a better set of 6 this time. They've got a bit more pace on here too, have Waikato. That's Hohaya. Solid tackling coming in from Daniels though. And Manu Kia, who's on now after 17 minutes. No look pass, nice shift there. Nicely tackled is Haji that time. Karina. Jolly. Here's an opportunity. I think it might have gone off an Akarana hand, actually. Let's see what referee Chris McMillan says. No, it hasn't. There's a hand over an Akarana ball.
Yeah, very, very good set of 6 there from the Waikato team. I really like the way they just pushed in and around the ruck for 2 or 3 tackles. Maybe an opportunity for Jolly to support up the middle. They had a couple of half little breaks and they decided to shift the ball on the last play there. They had some real good joy with their half, with their dummy half stepping out and trying to engage the markers.
Siaki hit hard there by number 15. Brown. Now what's going on here?
We've got a call. No, we've had a call. Knock on, mate.
Well, there is a knock on against Akarana.
Knock on, mate.
Kingy not happy, the captain.
For sure.
So he managed just
That's why we
a
got 2 on the side.
tiny little fumble in that last tackle.
Some solid contact. I think pushed the ball loose.
Well, here is an opportunity for Waikato. 25 metres out, right in centre field is Jolly. Standing right of the ruck that time is Rudolph. Te Tuhi Rudolph, the Hamilton City Tigers player, plays the ball 20 metres out. Kairakena. Karina in a dummy half, still in that role at the moment is Ratu. Not the biggest front rower.
He's a goer though.
He certainly is, and had a very solid game last week. Here they come again through Brown. That pass is a bit sloppy. Jolly forced to clean up. This is a nice shift of the ball, and Thompson just stays in the field of play as Rudolph sluts into dummy half, does he? Here they come again through Haji. Last play now for Waikato. Away they go on the kick. Well, it's ricochet to Akarana. Play on is the call, and Rielu Buchanan has it.
Unlucky not to be called offside. There was a ricochet there. Could have easily been another set of 6 for the Waikato team.
Hold, mate. Hold! Hold!
Well, we've got Malcolm Noda out there wearing 14 now for Waikato. Now here's a dummy half specialist, so it'll be interesting to see what adjustment has been made to that Waikato team, whether we'll see Karana go back to 6. Now this is Manu Kia. Another very robust player from the Glenora Bears. Big lad. Price plays the ball. Tippins is going to kick inside his own 40. Jolly is going to give it to Nahiwi. And Nahiwi tackled right on his own 30. Here's the other winger, Taulu. Oh, solid connection there from Francis Ledger. But Taulu gets up and says, yeah, give me more, I don't care. Here's Taikaren Rakena. Oh, is that a sloppy play? The ball, it is play on. Well, they got away with one there, Waikato, I reckon.
Looked like a knock-on to me.
But some very vigorous defence coming in here from Akarana in that set of 6. And that kick has worked out okay for Waikato. In fact, the way Akarana were defending there, they'll probably be happy to pack a scrum and take a little bit of a breather here.
Yeah, I think so. Some real big hits in that set of 6 there from the outside backs. We see it so much in rugby league now. We see the wingers and the centres taking those first 2 or 3 carries, and they're all such big men. Here we go. Here's one of the big hits.
That was Kapower actually getting in there with his shoulder too. Ledger helping out with a solid hit as well.
There we go, Jordan.
He's a tough man, Taulu, and he's got plenty of pace for a big fella too. There's a wonderful hat-trick of tries last week. 12-0 tries to Kapawa and Rielu Buchanan for Akarana so far in this game. And Taylor Daniels has been one of the standouts so far on that right edge. He's been really good. Here he is playing the ball again for Zach Tippins. Siaki up in the line. Waikato doing a lot of tackling so far in this first 22 minutes. Tippins. There's Kapawa again. Natalino, little skip to the line there from Salinga Kapawa. Kingi on the last tackle, Philip Kingi. No depth on that kick at all. And that worked out quite well for Waikato. In fact, that is the 5th tackle now. Well, it's all a little messy as Ledger has knocked it on. Bit of a breakdown in communication on that occasion, it seems, as Akarana messy into that set.
Yeah, just really need to get a little bit organised a little bit earlier in their set of 6 to make sure the kick's effective. I mentioned at the top of the game that the kicking game is going to be really important in these conditions. And it's so important that the kickers from both teams get themselves organised early in the set of 6 so they can get as much possession of the field with their kicking game.
I'll tell you what, the tackle before, that was an excellent tackle from Taylor Daniels. You can kind of see why he was the joint Fox Memorial Player of the Year this year.
He's been strong. He's been strong in his defence and his attack on that right side already tonight.
He shared that honour with Dylan Moses, his former Point Chef teammate. Taylor Daniels back playing for the Northcote Tigers this season. Really good game so far for Daniels. It's a good pass. Oh, it's been stolen, though, by Manu Kia. And away come Akarana. Very strong run there from Paia Manu Kia. Rielu Buchanan. Big athletic-looking guy, isn't he? Made rugby union out of Wellington not long ago. Manu Kia passes the ball to Joseph Price. Price. Kingi. Here's Daniels passing the ball to Ledger. And Ledger skips through a couple of tackles. Now it's a good tackle from Akarana. You can see him playing wider of the ruck now. That standoff. Daniels dropped the ball there. Is play on? Yes, it will be. The referee says play on. It's all going a little bit slow here. Now could open up for Akarana. Rielu Buchanan. Oh, no way. It's been stone cold dropped there by Cole Waka.
This way and that way.
And that is a try gone begging.
They don't want to score. Nobody wanted the ball originally. They make a line break and bomb the opportunity for a 4-pointer with the line open.
Well, Waikato got away with one there, didn't they? Well, it was all looking rather sloppy and laboured in midfield there, and then it just opened up.
And again, he's done really well there, the back rower, and it was a decent pass to Thompson there, and he most probably should have taken that one.
So Aaron Jolly might have thought he might have had an opportunity to skip away down the sideline there too. Rain really coming down now here at Mount Smart Stadium. Taiulu it is, right on his own 20. Hope you're enjoying coverage here of the 2017 NZRL Premiership Final here live on Sky Sport.
Off the ball, Zach!
And, not too far away from the start of the Rugby League World Cup. Every game exclusively live here. Really looking forward to being part of the tournament. Boy, we've got some games coming up. Talk about that Tongan team, Justin. That Samoan team is stacked as well. Now there's a late tackle here, and Waikato have got a penalty from Chris McMillan, the referee here.
Oh, that's a big call from the referee.
We're going to wait till they're on.
Here we see, kick goes in.
Zach, someone with the shoulder, mate.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure if that's a penalty, but the referee's called it, and you have to roll with it.
Well, Pasini it was. Kitiona Pasini giving away the penalty there. Well, important Waikato get in position here and take an opportunity here. A rare opportunity to score points.
That's good. Change of direction play. That's what they need.
This is Kingi again, Darren Kingi. Here they come again, Waikato. They are a team with plenty of heart and courage. And Ratu Goes within a few metres of the line.
Go, 3.
Noda it is a dummy half. Oh, it's been picked up nicely. Good shift of the ball. It's got to open up on the left here for Taiulu. Oh, great tackle on Eric Taiulu. He did well to stay in the field of play too, didn't he? There's the kick from Jolly. Hasn't worked out though for Waikato. They'll be disappointed that kick didn't squeeze through those defenders.
I think they'll be disappointed they didn't score the tackle before down that edge. They just looked a little bit laboured with their passing and were unable to get over the line. And then again, a poor finish to the set of 6.
Yeah, disappointing too for Waikato. They were in the position there as Taylor Daniels brings it out off his own goal line again. This is Sita. Corey Sita. Tippins. Akarana looking good with the ball in hand as Pasine takes it into Waikato's half. Philip Kingi puts the ball down. That's a nice kick too. It's going to put pressure on Jolly. Squeezed under a high shot there from Graham.
Got some real vigour in their running, the Akarana side, haven't they?
No, that was Nahiwi, who was putting on a juggling show for the crowd. Totally not used this time. Thompson it was with a run up. Now Tolu gets this opportunity here. 12 minutes out from half-time, just 2 tries scored in the game so far. Noda. Kingi it is, kicking downfield here. He's trying to get it behind Corey Sita. Sita did a good job there to let that bounce in these wet conditions. Akarana playing into a slight breeze and into the rain at the moment as Siaki waits at dummy half. Here comes Graham. Many opportunities for Mark Graham might not be on a night like this. Now, what's going on there?
Oh, he's called a knock on there.
Wow.
Possibly a knee from the defender. Knocked it out. I actually thought on first looking at it that he held the ball. It didn't hit the ground, but the replay will definitely show it. The Waikato player over the top, nice and tight with his defence. Trying to get to his feet there, Graham. Oh, no, it does hit the ground. That's a little bit unlucky, isn't it? It could go either way, that one.
Yeah, one of those ones. Definitely a 50-50 call working in Waikato's favour. Can they take advantage of that? Important they score, kicking on the first tackle. Jolly, Siaki chasing back. Not a bad option in the end, has forced a line drop out.
Yeah, very risky play on play 0, but most probably they needed the kick to be angled across the field a little bit more. Great awareness there from Siaki to get back there and clean up in his own end goal. They'll get the ball back, and I love it when rugby league teams do that. Chance their arm in you know, early in the tackle count with the kick there. Well done.
Stay on, fellas.
Well, and it had to be a good kick too, and look at the distance on that one. Oh, no way! That is so lucky. That is so lucky. Yet that was a train wreck from a mile out coming, that one. Luckily, there was no collateral damage out of that one. Well, no harm done in the end as Brown hits it up here. He's hit strongly in the defensive line. Brown, good quick play, the ball. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it, and Waikato's opportunity goes begging again.
He was strong last week, Brown. He's very good with the ball in hand, carries the ball so strong. And here we see the dropout. Wow. Yeah, you're right, a train wreck at 60 mile an hour. And we see here Brown getting to his feet and maybe a little bit of a square up from the one before that could have went either way. But the forwards, they need to take their time, make sure that they play the ball cleanly in these conditions, even if it takes an extra second or two.
Well, yeah, you could see his intention there. He wanted to play the ball quickly because he felt like he had a roll-on for his team and it was going to open up opportunities. But, yeah, he ended up being a 50-50 call, which was the wrong one.
Go, no markers.
Yalu Buchanan again. Manu Kia, and there's a penalty.
There's no markers at 16's a vote. If you're going to come at me, don't be screaming at me. 16, there was no markers, 16 wasn't square, and he's well off.
Putting his case forward there, the captain
Aaron Jolly.
Aaron Jolly, yeah, that's right. I'm not sure if he won that one or not. I don't think so. So leave the courtroom and attend again next hearing.
Well, Jolly's had a wonderful season, and he has been rewarded with selection in the New Zealand residents team to play New Zealand Māori next week. So well done to Aaron Jolly. Now, this is Suapo, who's out there now. Graham Suapo, another Glenora champion. Ruelu Buchanan again. Thompson in there making a tackle for Waikato. Oh, he's dropped that one. And this is, I don't know if we can blame the conditions here. Justin, maybe, maybe not, but just think maybe some of these players are being a bit ambitious with their play the balls.
Yeah, we need to get the ball with the handles on it to make it a little bit easier for everyone. Look, in these conditions, you need to take that little bit of extra time. Yes, we all want to fast play the ball, no doubt. But what we don't want is to hand the ball over, you know, unnecessarily. So if it means that you've got to take a little bit more care and a little bit more time, do so. Again, just sloppy play there.
Well, that was hot on attack too there as the rain continues to fall as Jolly, not the biggest halfback, fullback rather, in the competition. Love the way he plays. Daniels, Manukia, Graham Suapo, all in there making tackles there for Akarana. Kicking early in the tackle point that time, Waikato, but Siaki is aware. Played on the wing in last year's grand final, did Siaki. Fullback in this final this year. Waka at dummy half, and Graham. Tippins. Strong carrier, isn't he? Manukia.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good ones since he's come onto the field.
23 years of age, another penalty. Don't want to give away penalties in your own half.
That's what you get from a strong carry. Strong carry, he earned the right to play the ball with some kind of ruck speed. And unfortunately, the defenders get off in time, and he's earned his team another set of 6.
Suapo it is. Tippins again. He's having a solid game, wearing 9 for Akarana.
Milking. Go 2.
Better from Manukia that time, just slowing it down a little bit as Tuirai shifts it out to Kingi. Siaki can't handle coming in for fullback. It's been turned over, and I just thought it might have opened up there for Tai Rakena.
Yeah, I'm just not sure the block plays are the plays to play in these conditions. The ball, you have to take so much time with the pass, and the defenders can slide across it. And if you're going to play short, it puts so much pressure on the lead runner. So, again, maybe some shorter passes and a few switches of play.
Well, and maybe another a kick early in the tackle count there. That time it was Darren Kingi just changing his mind at the last minute. They come again through Pawhare Brown. Good tackle coming in there from number 15, Kitiona Pasine. Another player who played at last year's grand final for Akarana. Here's the last play. Goes high, putting pressure on Siaki. Just a little bit too deep that time, and Siaki comes away, and he's tackled on his own 25 left to play. 2 tries to nil to Akarana, the defending champions. Sita comes away. Last time, actually, Waikato won the national title was 20 years ago. Called the Waikato Cougars back then.
Oh, good time for them to win it again.
Absolutely. Daniels it is. He's been one of the more impressive players in the first half. Got a big long stride on him, hasn't he, as Tippins gives it out to Philip Kingi. Oh, he's found space behind there. Jolly back inside his own and goal. Look out, here comes the cavalry, and Jolly, oh, he got out. How did he get out?
Yeah, he's a magician. He's a magician.
I thought there would be no chance there that he would get out. Jolly has, and he's got a penalty too. He's certainly working the referee nicely, the captain for Waikato.
He's crowding him in here, mate.
Must have been watching Cameron Smith during the NRL season.
Well, that's advisable.
One of the best.
Exactly. In the end, Justin, it's been a fairly decent effort from Waikato here. It was 12-0 relatively early in this first half, and this is Jolly again. Great job to squeeze out Here's Taiulu running straight at Francis Ledger. That was fun.
You're 100% right. Apart from the couple of early tries, they've really matched it with this Akarana side, going set for set. They just haven't been able to, to convert their field position into any points.
That's exactly right, and they have had opportunities.
Play on 2.
Ooh, that was an ambitious offload, and away goes Noda. Well, he didn't have any support, and again, Daniels. Very good tackle there from Taylor Daniels. Jolly put him on his backside. Now, that's an interesting kick, but it might be a bit too deep. No, it's been played out by Graham, and another excellent kick coming in there from Waikato. It's going to be a line dropout.
Great chase there from Thompson. The kick most probably was a little bit too deep, but the centre three-quarter decided to chase it all the way to the end. You will see here, he puts a little bit of pressure on Graham, and Graham doesn't want to risk it. Great job there from the centre chasing that kick.
Probably didn't need to play it, but it was just one of those ones, wasn't it, where it might have been, rather than a 50-50, a 30-70 one.
Yeah, well, if Thompson's not chasing, he doesn't play at it. That's the difference of chasing hard on all the kicks.
Waikato will have one more chance here, 2 minutes out from half-time. They'd love to get over the chalk to score. As this half could have easily got away. Now will that player stay in field? Oh, he has just. He shaved the hairs off his arm this morning, didn't he? Here come Waikato. Huirama it is. Slow play the ball, though. And Noda. No momentum at all for Waikato, and the momentum is lost with a poor decision there by to pass the ball.
They're tough passes in these conditions. They're really, really tough passes at the line, expecting a big man to be able to keep his eye on the defenders and take the ball under pressure. And he'll be disappointed with that, Kingy. He's a better player than that. And again, just most probably the wrong option as well.
Should have taken the tackle there. Be disappointed the experienced Darren Kingy.
Where goes Zach? Aaron? Down Jordan.
That was namesake Philip
Darren,
Kingy.
take a step. Out!
Playing in this game, of course. Tuirai will look out. Gee, they would not want Siaki to sneak away there. 45 seconds out from half-time.
Go.
Here goes Waka. Another Northcote Tigers player. Member of the New Zealand Defence Force team as well. 2 Northcote Tigers players in this Akarana team. Suapo, not one of them. He's from Glenora.
Hand off.
Big man, isn't he? Tippins. Former Warriors New South Wales Cup player. Few games for them back in 2015 it was. Here they come again, the Akarana Falcons, as we close in on half-time. It's Manukia. Tippins, quick play the ball. Kingy. Well, he went for a field goal, but that's nowhere near it. And Jolly. He's going to squeeze through again. He's had his headgear ripped off his head. Filthy with that again as Taiulu comes through again, and there's a penalty against Waikato, but they won't have time to play for it or play it.
Yeah, you get to tap it.
Well, they get to tap it, so they will have one opportunity here. Good distance on that kick too. Excellent distance.
That's what they need. They're a chance. Will they go to the air, or will they try and keep the ball alive through offloads?
Go.
What will they do here? And they keep it in hand at the moment. And it's been lost. The referee says it's gone backwards. Jolly.
Aaron Jolly.
Jolly. And Tippins is going to tidy it up. He actually has knocked on there, but that will be half-time. So just the 2 early tries to Akarana early in the first half here. Tries to Kapawa. Rielu Buchanan got the Akarana Falcons out 12-0 early, and that's where we are at half-time. It is the Falcons, the defending champs, leading by 12-0.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, Alex.
Testing.
Just hold about there, Alex. So
Oh,
you
there?
just know there. Just
Yes, half-time here in the National Premiership final. First try by Salinga Kapawa.
Yeah, great work from the big man, crashing in over the post, getting the first try for the Akarana team. Well done.
6-0 it was early in the match against Waikato, and Akarana added another try shortly after. Rielu Buchanan just getting it on the line.
Yeah, he did really well, hit a great line there, took the ball under pressure, kept his composure, put the ball on the line, 4-pointer, well done.
So both tries coming in the first quarter, but then some gritty defence kept the score there, the 12-0. And Stephen, interesting first half, my friend.
interesting first half. You're sort of waiting for Waikato to try and get that last play option sorted. But at the moment, it's 12-0 to Akarana, the defending champions. I'm joined by Alex Hayton, the CEO of the New Zealand Rugby League right now. And isn't it good to see the likes of Waikato and also Bay of Plenty at the final post?
Oh, look, it is. This is the second year of this format, and last year Waikato won the promotion relegation game against Wellington, and first year in the comp, and they're in the final, which is a story tale, and they've probably been the most entertaining team to watch the whole comp.
Just thought we'd been done with this poor weather, though. It's blooming cold up here as well.
Oh, it is, but both teams are putting on a good exhibition.
All right, let's talk about Rugby League World Cup. Game 1, October 27, Australia versus England, followed on the Saturday, October 28, by New Zealand versus Samoa. One of those weeks for you. Disappointing news for whatever way you look at it. The team that's been named, are you comfortable and happy with it?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable with the team that's been named, and it's 24 guys who want to wear the black jersey and represent our country. Team's been announced, and now everyone has to get behind the team and support them through this tournament.
Let's cut to the chase. Do you think this rule about being able to play for a second-tier country during the World Cup year is a good thing or a bad thing? And does it need looking at, or is it just about individuals needing to say, you know what, let's be a little more courteous to our coaches?
Look, I think the ruling itself is a great one for trying to grow the game globally. We want to have the best players available at a World Cup and make it a really competitive competition. If we had been under the old eligibility rules, for example, probably half the Tongan team wouldn't be able to play. So for growing the game globally, it's important. I just think the way it's been handled, the players could have probably just communicated a lot better a bit earlier.
Do you think that affects their future selection? I know it's a hard. I don't know if I should be asking this, but I'm asking you.
Well, I'm not going to make selection policy
I'm not
on the
asking you
hoof,
to, but do you think, as from a your perspective, a corporate perspective, so say, should that come into consideration?
Oh, look, I think going forward, just purely from a football point of view, it probably will, because, you know, the World Cup is the pinnacle. Coaches build towards that, and you need to know that the players you're working with are going to be there at the World Cup.
And I think the one thing we took from the No Regrets documentary, beautifully crafted by one of our own, Bevan Sanson, that showed about the 2008 World Cup, it's about the brotherhood. And if you know you bugger off your brothers, they're going to get you back, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think Adam Blair in his comments today has been pretty clear on that.
Thanks for your time, buddy. Let's hope the second half is as good as the first half.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
All right, 12-0, Akarana, the defending champions, lead Waikato. There is more to come here on Grand Final evening here at Mount Smart.
Second half not too far away here. In fact, it's right on us here. The final 40 minutes of the domestic rugby league competition here in New Zealand. Waikato kick-off against Akarana, the defending champions. It's the Aucklanders leading by 12 points to 0 after the first half. Tries to Kapawa and Ruelu Buchanan. 2 goals to Mark Graham. And they'll want to make a bit of a fiery start here. And this is a good start to the second half. 2 tackles, and they're almost back at the halfway line here. As Manu Kia bursts over the halfway line, and here's Tippins.
Akarana bench has been strong, haven't they? The big men that have come off the first interchanges, I suppose, and they've really carried the ball strongly.
Oh, here's Manu Kia's second carry of the set. We saw Daniels hit the line very strongly. Look at Manu Kia carrying for another 10 to 12 metres there after the initial impact. And look at this, Akarana very close to scoring. That's a slide over from Waka. No, it's not. It's going to be a double movement. That's hard luck for Cole Waka.
Wow. I'm not sure. I thought he did exceptionally well there to slide across. But again, the referee right on the spot there to make the call. I would have thought in these conditions he would have been allowed to slide a little bit.
Let's have another look at it here. Wonderful set of 6. Well, looks like a try, doesn't it? Hard luck there for Waka.
Wait.
Well, we'll see if that might mean something at the end of the game.
Yeah, but back to their first set, very strong. To be able to get down there in 5 tackles and have a chance at scoring a try on your first set of 6 shows the intent with their carries.
Well, and it also should be a big wake-up call for this Waikato team. You can't slacken off on defence at all. We want to be back in this game.
Wait. Go for.
Noda. Huirama. 15 metres out.
Wait.
Last tackle for Waikato. Oh, they got a quick hands to Jolly. Thompson just couldn't shift his body quickly enough to feed his wing, and Nahiwi. The decision to move it was good. Just the execution just lacking right at the end there.
Yeah, I think a couple of the outside guys were expecting the kick and had to hold up on their run, and they had no momentum with their final passes.
Suapo plays the ball. Nice run again. A fantastic run this time from Pasene. Pasene.
He's a big man, Pasene, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Here's Daniels again. Very impressive. And the pick of the players out there in the first half as Tippins gallops away from dummy halfing. Very good. He hasn't run much, Zach Tippins, but his distribution has been first class. Here they come again. Suapo probably needed to shift it. Oh, see you later. Parfity Brown. Here they come again, Akarana. Very impressive start here as Manu Kia. Again, carrying a good 7 or 8 metres there after the initial point of impact. Philip Kingy. Here's Daniels. Daniels sneaks through. Can Daniels get over the line? Oh, what a finish. Taylor Daniels has been superb in the first half, both with and without the ball, and he deserves a try, and he's got one.
Great effort there from the big back rower. Both second rowers scoring tries here for the Akarana side, and he was very impressive in the first half, and we can see there just a nice little flat pass, and he's 12-13 metres out from the line, shrugs away one and reaches out, which is a really skillful bit of rugby league, especially in these conditions with those arms and legs around him. And I think he's got that down. I know there's some doubt there, you're oohing and ahhing, but I think he's got that one down.
You know, I'm with you on the replay. Taylor Daniels. Well, he was one of the 3 players that are backing up, in fact 4 backing up from last year. Siaki, Pasene, Fraser. We haven't seen Marcus Fraser yet. And Taylor Daniels. Must be said too, Justin, as we await the conversion here from Mark Graham, that we've seen players come through this final. We've seen players come through this system. Last year, Chris Satai was playing in this very game and came through and made his NRL debut this year for the Warriors. And it'll be interesting to see what sort of players come through from this crop this year, if they do come through next year. Taylor Daniels might be one of them.
I think also with in the NRL, the NYC 20s competition, as we see the conversion, it looks good off the boot. Extra 2 points there from Graham. The under-20s competition is not going to be nationalised anymore, so it's going to go back to a state-based competition. So you might see a number of players, you know, fold back to the ISP or fold back to this level, and it's only going to make this level stronger. And you're right, you're going to see some players filter through, and I don't think there's going to be the pressure on NRL clubs to be able to pick up players by the time they're 20. They'll be able to go back and play in the national competition, and you might see some players a little bit older making their debuts.
Suapo here. Unleashed. He was. Well, Tippins is one here who's played New South Wales Cup before. This fella here, Ualu Buchanan. Tuirai handles. Now Pasini again. Yeah, that's a slow play the ball. And the ref didn't like the slowness of the tackle there. Well, they've taken it quickly, Akarana. They haven't gone for touch as Manu Kia again comes forward.
Hands away, 16.
Want to rub some salt in the wound here, Akarana, early in the second half. They really got a good roll on going. Here's the try scorer, Daniels.
Get up! Just here, Malcolm. Wait, boys, wait! Wait!
Taylor Daniels plays the ball on the Waikato 20 as Manu Kia again.
Been very busy, very busy.
He's a big man, isn't he? It's Tippins. Hands it to Tuirai. This is Ruialo Buchanan. Nice angled cutback run there. Plenty of pace about him too. Some good tackling though from Waikato. Stop him short of the line. Here's Pasini again. They stand away for him to come.
Really loving the drop-off plays, the change of direction.
Yeah, that creates uncertainty in that defence, doesn't it? Short ball this time to Daniels. Good tackle coming in that time from Hohaya. But there's a try. Did Taylor Daniels sneak that out the back door? Yes. And it is Graham, I think, who's gone over for the try, or is it Corey Sita? Might actually be Philip Kingy. Third time lucky for me. Philip Kingy scored the try, the captain. And it's 22-0.
Not really much happening here. Kingy just plays it short. He throws it back on the inside. The hint of a forward pass, but I think it's gone backwards. What a great bit of skill here from the back rower. There's Daniels flicking the ball back on the inside to his skipper. And great work there from the halfback to stay alive. Seemed to be injured in scoring the try as well, but seems to be okay there with the trainer.
Well, Philip Kingy, real leadership skills in him for Glenora this season. Real store for that club since 2012. And now Graham. Nice and handy to the post this time. Young fella coming through the system at Mount Albert. This is all looking good in the second half. 2 tries, in fact, are very similar to the first half too, Justin. They got their 2 tries early. It's really got Akarana nice and clear now. 4 converted tries it is. Kingy getting the latest one, 24-0.
Well, the first 9 minutes of this second half, almost perfect from the Akarana side. We saw it with their first set of 6 with the ball. They went 80, 90 metres, had a try-scoring opportunity, and they've really starved the Waikato team of ball, and they've made the most of their field position. Great start to the second half.
Yeah, Waikato have not had the opportunity in the second half really to get going at all. That's gone backwards and away go Akarana again. This is Waka. They don't want to tackle Cole Waka. Jolly finally has him. Nice and quickly to his feet is Waka. Suapol. Ratu in there making a tackle, so is Parangi. Tuirai. There's Manu Kia again. These big bodies just keep rolling at the Waikato defence at the moment. Tippins. Daniels again, this time a beautiful pass, and Cedar has dropped it cold.
Wow, that is on an absolute platter for the winger there. And Daniels proving that he can ball play as well as hit a line back on the inside or the outside. Gets the ball nice and early here from Kingy. And he throws a great cutout pass. Oh, my goodness. The line open. Winger puts it down, spills the lollies.
Hey, where we go?
Well, Cedar had one.
Head right in, hold there, Dan.
And his Mercy there actually hasn't scored a try in this New Zealand Premiership. That would have been a first one. So Waikato survive again.
Zach, up and square!
We saw Cole Waka slide over for a try, which was ruled out for a double move, and that one right there as well. So it could easily be past 30 points.
Wait, go. Dan, give him space.
Waikato just haven't been able to match this intensity to start the second half. It really has been one-way traffic. right from the first play.
Hold. Hold. Go.
Noda. Akarana. Huirama.
Hold. Hold. Go, nothing late. Outside.
Akarana tries to get jolly on the old Billy Slater play. The old kick down the centre. Siaki. It is tidying up.
Great work there from the Akarana standoff to Shepherd. Jolly for the ball.
See you later. Go.
And
Wow, someone's been Sinbin here.
Go.
it's the captain. He has been chirpy, hasn't he?
There. Oh, hang on, mate. Hang on. I've spoken to both captains at the end of half time. All right. What I'd like you to do is go back and talk to your players. I'm not going to cop constant screaming and yelling at me as play's going on, okay? That's not how this game works, okay? Respect goes both ways. I'm not going to have it from Aaron, I'm not going to have it from anyone, okay? So you go and talk to them now and we'll carry on. I will, but you go and talk to them, please.
Well,
Phil,
that one's just come.
ways, mate. Okay?
Too much chat to the referee.
Okay, just wait for me.
Look, I can understand where the referee's coming from. He wants some discipline, but 10 minutes in the sin bin for chatting, you know, if he swore at him or something, possibly, but it's a pretty harsh penalty for constant back chat. But look, the referee's the referee. We have to show the respect, and he's right. He obviously didn't feel he was getting it from the Waikato fullback there, and he's giving him an early rest.
Tippins. Here comes Tuirai. Oh, Rielu Buchanan couldn't handle a tough pass that time, and it's going to be Waikato surviving for the meantime with 12 players.
Looks like Wairangi Kupu.
He does, doesn't he?
With the hair and the way he runs, you know, Wairangi was a strong back rower that carried the ball very similar.
Okay, fellas, where we go?
He's an interesting prospect, isn't he? First year playing rugby league.
It's a great effort.
Background in rugby union in Wellington. Rielu Buchanan.
Wait!
3 years ago, Sully Vanavalu from Melbourne was playing rugby union. Now he's one of the superstars of the NRL, so can easily be done.
Exactly. And of course, Vunivalu named in the Fijian team to play at the Rugby League World Cup. Jared Hayne in that team too. That outside back grouping for Fiji is stacked full of talent. Uate is another one. Forward pass being ruled against Waikato here.
Go forward.
Yeah, you mentioned the Fijian World Cup team. They've got a strong side, haven't they? And I think they may have even made the semi-finals the last couple of World Cups, I think so. The last 2 World Cups, they've made the semi-finals. So they'll be looking to emulate the feats of the previous Fijian teams. We've spoken a lot about the Tongan team. I'm really excited about the World Cup pool that's here. The Kiwis, the Scottish, the Tongans and the Samoans. It's going to be a great pool. Can't wait for the World Cup.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to be fantastic. We've got all the games live here and exclusive on Sky Sport. Right the way through to the final in early December. That'll be in Brisbane, and we hope the Kiwis will be part of that. Rielu Buchanan. Too many big damaging runners, isn't there? Kapawa. The fact it is Falilua Malio who's back on. Look at Daniels carrying the ball here. Impressive carry from him again. Tippins. Falilua Malio again. Right on the goal line here. The big Tiaratu Rooster. Tuirai measures that kick, but it's too strong, and back to the 20 they come.
Thought that might have come off the boot of one of the Waikato players, but referees ruled a 20-metre restart. And we've seen throughout this tournament already that the Waikato team, they've got plenty of heart, plenty of ticker, and they'll keep trying till the bitter end. I know the scoreboard's well and truly against them at the moment, 24-0, but they've got plenty of heart, this team.
Falilua Malio gives away the penalty that time. Kingi nudges it to touch there for Waikato. They had no field position in the second half at all. We'll be going 16 minutes, been a hard second half of football, and that's some hard tackling coming on Joel Thompson. Right there. Brown, good solid connection coming in from Kapawa that time. Kapawa and Falilua Malio give themselves a little hug there, which was nice, wasn't it? Waikato on the 30. Another penalty goes against Akarana.
He's been consistent, the referee. Very consistent. Anytime there's been a hand in the ruck, he's blown the penalty.
Let's go, we're going to take our team.
Or higher. Haven't seen much impact from the back rowers for Waikato in this game. They're totally outplayed by their opposite numbers. Waikato at the moment playing with just 12 men. Their captain Aaron Jolly in the sin bin at the moment for back chat. Can they score with 12 men? Be a good effort if they can do it. Paranga is going to play the ball 3 metres out here. Play on is the call. It's another 6 tackles here. Could open up. Nahiwi, oh, he got that down. No, he hasn't.
Put in touch.
He's got her flag up. It was hard luck. I thought Nahiwi got it down.
We played it off the foot.
Well, Waikato almost scoring there with a man in the bin. They've got 4 minutes left. Let's see Nahiwi here. Siaki nailed him.
What a tackle from Siaki.
How did he get that? It was an outstanding put down. Well, he's been ruled in touch.
Darren, come in, mate, come in.
I'd like to have another look at that. I don't think we'll get another look at it, but Nahiwi was a little unlucky there, I reckon.
11, stand! Hold! Hold! Go! Hayden, got to be quicker!
Daniel's bringing away the ball again. Nice and strong. Oh, there's his first little mistake of the game, Taylor Daniels.
Well spotted, was a knock on. Can the Waikato team rally here and get some points on the board?
Hold there, full. Hell, mate.
Unable to convert their first half field position. I know they're one man down, so it's going to be even harder to create the overlap.
That's right, they're still playing with 12 for another few minutes. Taiulu there. And his legs cut in half, and he gets a penalty. Well, discipline. Discipline. Just letting Akarana down at the moment. A few too-many penalties. Parangi hits it up again.
Has he got any socks on? No socks there.
What's the referee going to do here? This will be interesting. 3 penalties in a row Akarana have conceded.
Don't have to be a rocket scientist to say it's really deteriorating in the ruck, okay? You guys have got to respond to what instructions I'm giving. Be really careful down this area, okay?
Remember, you did say it's pretty wet.
I understand that, but when it's hand on ball, and we continue hand on ball when I said move, that's a different story, okay? Have a chat to him, or else I'll take it to another level.
Oh, excellent point there.
Darren,
excellent
wait till I move back 10, and then you can go, okay? Hang on, mate. Hang on.
Explaining the conditions, very wet.
Well, the referee wasn't taking a bar of it, was he?
Typical captain sticking up for his team.
Oh, no. Another penalty.
11. No. Time off. 11, you're gone. Go, mate. Hand on ball.
Well, Rialu Buchanan has now been sent to the sin bin.
Darren, wait. Hang on, Darren, wait till he's off.
Waikato still with only 12 players on the field.
Wait, Darren.
Yep, they still only have 12. I just counted them. Just to double check. Parangi.
Go, 1.
Karina. No, it's Kingi. Here's Karina with his hands on the ball. Ledger. Read that one superbly.
Lima, wait. Higher. Go, 2. Higher, I need another step.
Yeah, they lost 20 metres almost that time as Huirama comes forward again.
Lima,
Uedama, 9 metres out here. Noda. Akarana. Here's the big winger, Jordan Tairakena. Taiulu, oh, he's got there. Gee, he had some work to do. Eric Taiulu is over, and that is a try for Waikato. And a much-deserved one.
Just weighted possession there. Coming across, dummies on the inside. Plays to his centre three-quarter. And even at that point, you would have thought the Akarana defence were going to get across and put him into touch. But great work there from the winger. Great offload as well. Gets his head down and plants the ball only a couple of inches inside the sideline. But job well done, and thoroughly deserved the 4-pointer there. They've had plenty of possession here in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
This lad's been impressive the last couple of weeks. He got 3 tries last week. Showed a good amount of toe in that win over Counties Tolu, and that was a great finish. No question about it now. Typical conversion here for Hayden Karina. Captains Waikato Bay in 2014 in the final against Canterbury on this very field 3 years ago. Not to be for Karina. 24-4 with about 20 to play. Canterbury win that game 2014, 40 points to 8. And Aaron Jolly back on there now for Waikato, the skipper. So now it's 13-12, the other way around for a while. See an epic comeback here, Justin.
It would be an epic one if it's a comeback.
Good kick-off there. Nicely gathered there. That wasn't easy in the wet conditions. It's one of those ones, Justin, when you're out there, please don't kick it to me.
I was like that every time they kicked off.
Parangi here. Noda at dummy half. Away goes Huirama again. Oh, just when I was thinking he'd lost it, another penalty. It's a strip this time.
Go in there in a stroke. Just make sure Eric.
Well, this is exactly what Waikato would have wanted. They've got a one-man advantage, and they're now going to start a fresh set of 6. Only 35 out.
Yeah, the conditions aren't real conducive to scoring lots of points, but love to see them score this set of 6 and get some momentum for the remaining 15 minutes of the match.
There's Reihana Tairekana, who's on the field now. Oh, good tackle coming in there. Fraser in there. He's got a bit of a run out there, and alongside Falilua Malio. Oh, nice solid connection there on Dana Ratu. Got to take this opportunity as the rain really starts to come down here. Noda, Parangi, the big fella. Can he get it down? Half the Akarana team in there stopping. Piripi, Parangi right there. Here comes Ledger again, and he's forced the knock on there. And Karina had visions of being smashed by Francis Fletcher.
You see the white flash coming at him. He's made a couple of big hits already today.
When we get to this grade, we've got
just checking to see whether he's onside. Oh, it's touch and go.
Oh, yeah. Touch and go. I don't know about that one, mate. I reckon he was definitely offside.
Yeah. He was offside.
He got it. Got away with it, Francis Ledger. Good to see him back here, of course, in New Zealand. Former Junior Warriors player. Terrible injury when playing as a teenager. Broke his neck. In fact, he is back playing 10 years later at this standard. Is great to see for someone like Francis Ledger. Played for Ipswich last year over in Queensland.
Left side here. Wait, Jordan. Wait. Go two.
That was Price hitting it up. Falilua Malio. Parangi would have enjoyed
40-20. Inside.
Putting the big fella to deck. Jolly chases back one. Could this be a 40-20? It's not going to have the bounce. It's a great kick anyway. Jolly. Oh, yes. What a dream kick and a dream chase from Corey Cedar. Brilliant stuff from Akarana.
Yeah, great job there from Cedar to chase the kick. It looked at first that it was going to be a 40-20. Turned into a leg break rather than a wrong one. Came back towards the middle of the field, and you can see the winger just pouring the pace on, and Jolly had no time to get out. And his second best result after not getting the 40-20 is a repeat set.
Yeah, well done. Great kick. And a great chase from that man. 12-0 was the half-time score. Hope you're enjoying the grand final of the New Zealand Premiership for 2017. Certainly been an entertaining game. And the big feature has been these big ball running forwards of Akarana in these wet conditions. They've been great, all of them. Here's another one. Joseph Price offloads the ball. Tuirai. Kolwaka did the right thing to just hold the ball there on the 10. Falilua Malio again.
Go, 3.
Fraser hauls it out to Kingy Daniels. Good tackle that time coming in from Hayden Akarana. Well, they certainly haven't lacked effort, have they? This Waikato team, they've really tried their hearts out as Kapawa got a try in the first half. Good quick play the ball, Fraser. Tuirai with a nudge through, but Jolly's in good position, and Aaron Jolly comes away. Look out, he's lost his headgear again.
Oh, he's got to get that strap fixed.
It's a penalty against Akarana. The temptation to drag Jolly back, just too much there for Akarana.
The players, no matter what grade, what level they play, when they get that chance to either reach out and score or try at one end or push a player back over the try line at the other end, they just can't help themselves, can they?
Oh, good tackle coming in from Marcus Fraser. He'll enjoy getting out there. He played in last year's grand final, actually captained Akarana last year. Here's Paiulu. Enjoyed watching him play the last couple of weeks. He's been a wholehearted left winger here for Waikato. Ratu.
Go, 3.
Karina. He's dropped the ball. It's been picked up by Philip Kingy.
Get up!
Been impressive this second half, this Akarana side. And we've got
no advantage. No advantage. First one's this way. There's no advantage.
It's going to go. Will be a scrum to Akarana after Karina's knock on.
It's gone that way. There's no advantage. Akarana ball.
Well, Akarana playing with 12 as Rielu Buchanan remains on the sideline.
Last one, sweet Darren. NJP.
Yeah, they've been very good in this second half, defensively and attack-wise. They came into the game as favourites, and all the pressure was on those guys, on Akarana, to come out and win, and they've played exceptionally well for the first 60, 68, 69 minutes of this match.
Rielu Buchanan about to come back onto the field of play after being in the sin bin for 10 minutes. Joseph Price hits the line nice and strong.
Stand square! Just this way. Right!
20 games for the Junior Warriors in 2015 and 16 combined as Falilua Malio.
Go forward.
Flick of the hair as he gets to his feet. Daniels almost straight through. In fact, there's the offload to Price. Great stuff again from Taylor Daniels, but Price has lost the ball there. In fact, it's Fraser who lost it. He got away with that one. How did they miss that one? Still the last play. It is Taylor Daniels with a long pass. Oh, that big striding Joseph Price. He didn't get it down. I don't think he did.
What a tackle. Who's that? Is that Jolly underneath there?
It is.
Talk about put your body on the line. He had Price charging at him. He wasn't going to sidestep. Straight over the top of him and put his body right on the line there. Great work there from the fullback to save a try.
Akarana back to 13 players now, folks, with 10 minutes to play. Rielu Buchanan back on there. So both teams back to the 13. Here's Price. Surely he would have scored that, but no.
Leave him!
Great stuff there from Jolly.
Don't creep 4, mate. He's picked up and gone.
12-0 was a half-time score. 4 tries to 1 it is. Oh, Tailulu struck the ball. Disappointed there, Eric Tailulu.
Right idea. Just poor execution. Right idea to jump down that short side and try and create something back through the middle of the ruck. But I've mentioned already, been very impressed with the Akarana forwards. You know, the guys that started the game and also the guys that have come off the bench. They've laid a really, really good platform. You know, and more so in these conditions, that's really important, that your big men go forward.
They've all been great, haven't they? Katawa, Falilua Malio, Daniels, and the interchange as well. Pasine and Manu Kia, when they were on, were very, very effective as Siaki tries to get around Darren Kingy, not to be that time.
Go. Gotta be quicker, Darren.
Yeah, they were big off the bench, weren't they? Pasine and Manu Kia.
Manu Kia, he was excellent.
Go, 2.
Flick of the hair is going to come here from
Boys, wait.
Faluleu.
Go, 3.
There it goes. Here comes Kapawa. Oh, Kapawa. Slightly high. Yes, it was in fact high. No question in the end from Chris McMillan.
Just be careful, Dana. Got him around here.
Dana Ratu, the player penalised for Waikato. Marcus Fraser with his hands on the ball. Work rate excellent amongst these forwards too.
Go right there, mate. That's me there.
Oh. That's unfortunate. One of those ones where you don't want to watch the replay, do you?
The conditions have been really difficult. The rain started a little bit before kickoff. And we've seen before with the Warriors games here that the ground gets quite greasy and quite slippery, and tonight's no different. It's been very difficult for all the players, and even considering, I know we've had a number of mistakes, but both teams have sort of chanced their arm. They've tried different things. We've had some errors, but it's also been a very entertaining game of rugby league.
Yeah, it sure has. Well, there's been some hard-working players, many hard-working players in this Waikato team. So it's a great credit to Morgan Kutia, the coach of this team.
Considering where they were last year.
Yeah. Really good effort for them. And they thoroughly deserved their win over Counties last week. And they brought that same attitude here, because we were worried at the end of that game last week. Justin, you said it. Big key for Waikato early this week was to realise they hadn't played their grand final last week, and I think it's fair to say they didn't.
No, their effort's been excellent. You know, the start of both halves, Akarana really have addressed that. They had some problems earlier in this competition. We've seen a mistake there and a double knock-on. We're going to have a scrum. We've seen Akarana most probably struggling at the start of games, but tonight they were really good at the start of the first half and really good at the start of the second half. So I know the coaches before the game spoke about that was something that was going to be key for them, and they've put it into practice, and they most probably put the game to bed based on the way they've started both halves.
Yeah, I think that's spot on.
Okay, we'll go in, mate. We'll go in. We'll go in, mate. Marin, we'll go in, mate. Go down, boys. Call him Marin. Come, mate. Ball in. Out!
Waikato would love one more try, and they probably deserve it too for all the effort they've put in this game. And there's dreadfully wet conditions here at Mount Smart Stadium. Akarana, Jolly tries to sneak around Francis Ledger.
Move now! Go 2, no mark.
Tailu at dummy half. Oh dear. It's been dropped stone cold there by Hadji.
Wait,
Here he is.
Go 0.
Morgan Kutia. Taylor Daniels.
Off the ball!
Yeah, Kutia, the coach from Waikato, great job from him.
Go 1.
They've been competitive in all their matches.
Move now!
This guy's been great. Sala Falilua Malio. He's been touched by that Waikato player. This could work out for Graham, chasing it on the left edge. Play on is the call. Well, they're going to go in for a consolation try. Not the consolation try, it's the try that actually is going to absolutely seal it, and it's Cole Waka who's gone in. Now we're all caught a little bit by surprise. I'm sure that ball went forward, but Chris McMillan was right there, said it didn't. 28-4.
Here we see the original kick gets touched by one of the Waikato players, and that makes it hard for Jolly at the back there. He looks like he's going to just swallow it up. But, oh, that's a line ball. The referee, I've got to give him credit, right in the position to make the call on that. Whether it's gone backwards or forwards, he's called it backwards, and Waka's gone in for the try. Always difficult to defend those kicks when they ricochet one way or the other. The ball loses all its momentum, and we know that the rugby league ball can bounce anyway at the best of times. But when it's in these conditions, makes it very hard. So, well-deserved try there from Waka, who's been busy tonight.
Well, he was denied that try right at the start of the second half when he was ruled to have gone over in a double movement when it looked like a slide in the wet conditions. So probably a bit of justice there for Waka as Akarana ease out to 13-4. Waka's second try of this 4-match campaign. He got one last week against Canterbury too. Zach Tippins is a happy man, and rightly so. He was great.
His service was excellent. Now, again, most probably not a day for too much fancy play around the ruck. A real important day to make sure that your distribution is crisp, it's accurate, and goes to the right players at the right times, and he certainly delivered that tonight.
It's a very short pair of hands, that dummy half. There's Kapau with a strong carry. Still trying his heart out with 3 minutes to play. Fraser gives it to Joseph Price. Still got a lot to offer the game, Joseph Price, the former Stingrays player, originally from Mangere East. Tuirai. He deserves credit for that kick in the last try that Waka was given. Mahiwi starts to set a 6 from his own 10-metre line. Here's Thompson. Oh, get that into you late in the game, Joel Thompson.
Hold on. Go, 2.
That's a great shot. Oh, look how Falilua Malio is coming from a mile away.
Go, 3.
Well, they're playing right to the end of this game. No slackening off.
No, definitely not there.
Go, 4.
Well, our next Rugby League coverage here on Sky Sport will be the Rugby League World Cup. What a match it'll be to start with on this very ground. Samoa, a stacked team, full of NRL players against the Kiwis. And of course, we're all looking forward to that game down in Waikato on November the 11th with Tonga playing the Kiwis. There's going to be a feeling, there's some feeling in that game coming.
Oh,
big time.
And it was great to see Alex, the New Zealand Rugby League CEO, joining us at half-time. And a lot's been spoken about defection from one country to another. It's going to have plenty of spice to the game.
I can't wait for those games. They are going to be really good watches.
Stay, Corey! Wait here! Go, 2.
Waikato coming away from their own line again.
Hold here. Go, 3.
This is Reihana, Tai Rekana. And now here they come again, spinning up maybe one last time. Jolly tries to keep the ball in hand. His intent was right, but his execution wasn't. And here come a steamrolling Akarana again through Joseph Price.
Wait! Go, 0.
Tuirai dummy half that time. And now Suapo. Bit of showtime coming now, eh? No, not that time. Sala Falilua Malio ruled to have knocked that one on.
Right here, fellas. Reasonable time.
Might have
reasonable time.
a bit more time.
You keep going. You keep going. Come on.
Just clicked over the 80-minute mark. There's about 35 seconds to play.
Malcolm, hit him.
As I look at the scoreboard across here at Mount Smart Stadium. Here is Jolly. One more, maybe two more tackles left in this game. Let's try and score one more. Waikato. Nahiwi, or is that Tairei Kana? Yes, it is. Jordan. Tairei Kana. Taiulu. Hadji. It could be the last play of the game. And that will be the last play. It is Akarana who are the champions for 2017. They've won their second straight title. And it's been a very professional and accomplished performance in difficult conditions here at Mount Smart Stadium. Akarana comfortably winning this game, 30 points to 4.
Then we can have LT stay that side, Alex.
Yep.
You can just pretend like that.